Hey guys, it's Wahima. So how we're gonna do this is took my mic away. How rude. Rude. So how this is gonna start, if you are hashtag replay gang, you are going to check the description box below for all of the details. And yeah, because we're not gonna get started for a minute. Hey Barbara, welcome to the room. Hard to know. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? You know what I did? I started my dishwasher and I should not have. So I'm gonna stop it. Yeah, great. Hi. Hi-oh. Welcome to the room, everyone. Joslo, hello. Welcome to the room, everyone. Going ahead and settle in. Every time, this is when Gato wants to run amok. This is when he wants to run amok. What's this called? A dog's breakfast? Who said that? Was there even a dog in this episode? Do I have a dog in this fight? Okay. I'm just trying to ensure that I have enough time and space to put the timestamps. I enjoy doing timestamps for those people who are watching later on. Manon. Who else came? Jasmine's dog water. Well, no. Jasmine is in Happily Ever After. Hello. Peace and patience. Hello. No, Jasmine is in Happily Ever After. This is Toe. This the other way. This is Jenny Sumit and him. This the other way. This is Jonny and Chloe. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna say it just the way that Sass says it. Get them off my television screen. Get them off my screen. I don't want to see them no more. No mort. No mort. I don't want to see them. Here, let me make sure I uploaded all my pictures to be sure. Oh, I did not. Okay, let's put them in order. First of all, let's put them in order. Okay, I'll put myself on mute while I do this. Talk amongst yourselves. You know, I don't have a picture of Greta and Matthew, so I hope you all remember what they look like. Too many 90 days for real. For real, for real. All right, we're going to get started in about 37 seconds. So. And I need to get your sparkling water. Makes me feel fancy. Get a little sparkling water, put it in a cup, a glass, if you will. Six seconds. Okay, here we go. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, Season 7, Episode 5, A Dog's Breakfast. My name is Wah. I do recaps of relationship reality TV shows such as 90 Day Fiance, Love After Lockup, 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, Before and After, Love is Blind, Seeking Sister Wife. So if you are at all interested in that content, go on ahead and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to share this video with any of your friends who you think might like me. Hello, those of you on Facebook. Welcome. All right, so if you see the options scrolling below you, down on the bottom of the screen, that's if you want to give me the tips. If you have the hee hee ha ha's, if I make you yuck, 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 and you want to give your girl a tip, you can do it that way. You can also do so for my international girlies. You could do it via a thanks on YouTube. That also helps. But I just enjoy your company. If you're hashtag replay gang, go on ahead and just watch all the commercials. But otherwise, guys, let's jump right into this episode. Let's get the party started with Greta and Matthew. All right. So Greta is on her way to England. She is taking a plane, a train, and an automobile to get there. And for some reason, this woman starts to sweat. Now, here is my theory, is that she wears natural deodorant. And on a trip where she is lugging all of her life and probably having oodles and boodles of anxiety, she has decided to still go with her Toms or her Native or whatever natural Arm & Hammer deodorant she go. Maybe, you know, she might even make her own paste. She's probably in the kitchen DIYing her own deodorant, speed stick, if you will, and then decided that she was going to go meet her man. She said, nope, I'm not. I won't fall into the trap. I won't even put a little Dove. I won't even give myself a little secret, not clinical, just regular secret they can get from the Dollar Tree. So, you know, it don't work that well. She said, no, I'm going to stick with my baking soda. And she gets to that man stinky. They haven't seen each other in 6 months, and he's quite nervous. This man says that he has, his name is Matthew. I keep calling him this man. He says that he has a butterfly sanctuary in his tummy tums because he's so nervous to meet her. And that's kind of cute. I like that for Greta. I think that's cute for her. So he's at the house. He's dusting. He's rubbing the cat, who is having an amazing time in that windowsill. Good for that cat. I want to get my cat a windowsill so that he can hang out in there and maybe leave me alone. But Apple's just a senior cat, and that is who I need. And what I need is a senior cat, not this rambunctious baby that just keeps bouncing around and doing whatever. All right. So he says that he's really grateful that Greta has left her friends, her career, and her cat to be with him, but it sure is a lot of pressure. Whenever someone says that, it makes me think that they are not up to the task. Like, there's a part of them that feels like they won't be able to make it worth it. And I think to myself, well, if you don't have confidence in yourself, then how am I supposed to have confidence in you? How is Greta supposed to have confidence in him? Greta says that she's been to England 5 times, but this is the first time where she doesn't have a return trip booked. And so it's scary. And I get that. He says that he's just nervous and he wants to get it right. I get that as well. So she's like, I'm sweating in a lot of places that I never thought I would sweat or expected to sweat. And so, yeah, she gets off of that train and she wasn't expecting him to be right there to pick her up, which shows that he never normally is. And so I feel like there's going to be a lot of Greta having to teach him how to, like, not romance her, but treat her in the way that she wants to be treated, even though they've had a long time. I mean, maybe not long stretches of time, but I think you should only have to tell somebody once or twice what you want, and either they're listening or they're not listening. And I just, you know what it is? I'm also not in the age where I want to teach a man. Like, I'm not at that place in my life. There was a time and a place where I'm like, okay, well, I got to give him a chance, you know, but no, I'm at the time now in my life where I'm like, no, if I tell you that I want this and you were like, oh yeah, you did say that, I'm like, oh, then you weren't paying attention. You don't care. Everybody should be well aware at this age, at least people I'm dating. So if you're not that person, you got to go somewhere else. So she gets there, he hugs her, and he's like, yeah, I can tell you had a really long flight because you stink. And that's how you know that she stinked. I mean, the onions must have been onioning underneath her arms for him to just like say out loud that she stinks. Or he has issues with holding his tongue. He does not know what not to say and what to say. Don't tell me I stink in front of people. Like, it's one thing if I say I stink. Do not tell me that I stink in front of 5 producers and 3 cameramen. Don't tell me I stink. You tell me I stink of roses, is what you tell me I stink of. And so even when they get in the car, he's like, yeah, man, you really are funky. And he didn't say that, but that's what he says again. So she's like, okay, thank you. I got it. You're welcome. And as he's zooming around, let me tell you, I saw these. Okay. Driving in a different state sometimes can be hard. I learned this summer that in Wisconsin, or at least in the Midwest, I was driving in Wisconsin, my friend told me this, that when one side of the line is solid and the other side of the line is dotted, that other side is able to cross over because they have visuals, like they can pass. But if they're both solid, no one can pass. And I was like, is that what's going on? She was like, yeah. I was like, we don't have that in California. And if we do, that wasn't taught back in 2083. I mean, that wasn't taught back in the day. That wasn't taught in 1998. I don't remember that lesson. Nobody taught me anything about how to like pass somebody's. So like, yeah, it's just I see him just zooming around and I'm like, how does everybody know that you have the right of way? How, first of all, I'm not going to be able to drive on another side of the street. I'm not going to be able to drive on another side of the street and on another side of the car. Like, I'm not going to be able to do that. At least I don't think I will be. I think the person with me is going to have to be like, you're in the wrong lane. Oh, okay. You're in the wrong lane. Okay, I'm in the wrong lane. Okay, got it. Like, okay. You know what I mean? Like stressed. So anyways, he's zooming about and she's like, yeah, he's from this like quintessential English town with all these cottages and these long country roads that go nowhere. And I'm like, oh, I want to go on a long country road that goes nowhere. I mean, maybe not to live because I need people that look like me, but like so beautiful, at least right now when it's not snowing. Who knows what it's like if it does snow, what it's like in the snow and the rain. But there's a bunch of sheep everywhere. And that is so quaint and cute for her. She gets there. She's like, oh, I can tell your parents aren't here. And I'm like, bully for the parents. Just to know, to give them a moment to like be in the house by themselves. If they were just like, hey, we're going to go out for a stroll or to the movies and you and Greta settle in and let her shower and light a fire and maybe get her some beans going on so she can have her beans and her vegan beans and toast and get her settled in. And then we'll come in and we'll chat. And if that's what happened, I like that for them. So she gets there and he is in this very small space. And she opens up a drawer that he has labeled with a G on it in Sharpie. And there's stuff in it. He's like, oh. And she's like, I don't understand what you thought I was going to do. Did you think I was going to come here with like 3 outfits that I was just going to change every single day? But here's the truth. I would have had him show me where I was going to keep my stuff. But also, here's another truth. What was she supposed to do with her stuff? Was she supposed to just leave it behind and have somebody mail it overseas to her? Like she only brought 2 bags, which is not a lot for moving across the pond. It's not a lot of items. I also wonder why he didn't meet her at the airport. Why did she have to take a plane, train, and an automobile by herself? I mean, listen, if that's their relationship, then that's their relationship. Who am I to judge? But these are the questions that I would have. Because if I'm coming to your country, you better meet me once I get off that plane. No, I'm trying to think. No. You better meet me once I get off the plane. You got to drive 5 hours to come see me. You got to do it. You got to drive them 5 hours. Come meet me in the capital or whatever you do. I'm not just going to try. Well, I mean, England is English speaking, so it's fine. In my mind, I'm thinking I'm going to like Guatemala, where I'm like, oh, no. You're going to come visit. You're going to come pick me up from the airport, son, from the airport. So But that's their relationship and it is what it is. And she thought he was being quite formal when he picked her up from the train. And yeah, her crying in the bedroom when she's trying to put her things away and she can only fit 2 bras in that drawer, like 2 bras and 5 panties, not to even mention where she's going to put her socks. Because let me tell you, socks take up a lot of room. You would not think they do, but they take up a lot of room. I feel like you would have to have like thin socks that you fold in a very peculiar, like not peculiar, but a very specific way in order to get them to fit in that drawer. Like that drawer is not made for a person that has more than one undergarment. Where is she going to put her brassieres is my question. And then he's like, well, you could fit your 7 pairs of shoes there. Now we pan over to the shoes and she did bring a pair of funky boots. You know what I'm saying? Now, were those funky boots needed? No, but maybe those are the boots that she wears when she goes stepping out. You know what I mean? Like I, on the other hand, will have a pair of brown boots, a pair of black boots, a pair of brown boots that are dressy, a pair of black boots that are dressy, and then a casual pair. I have too many boots. Too many boots. And she's pared it down to one pair of funky boots, and I'm pretty sure the rest of her shoes are waterproof. Being in a place like that, you need some waterproof shoes. So she got a lot of shoes. She got a lot of footwear. And he's like, you could just fit it right there. And it was just like too much stuff. And then like all these wire hangers. And it just was driving me crazy. She starts to cry. And I said, I would have cried too. She said, this move is already hard enough. And to feel like he was not prepared for me is difficult. He comes back in a few minutes later and he's like, how's everything going? And she's like, it's going okay. He's like, anything I can get for you? She's like, yeah, a bigger room. And he's like, we can't do that right now. And I would have been like, I left my life in Norman, Oklahoma. I could have been a lawyer. I could have purchased a 2-bedroom home with enough room for me, you, Apple, Banana, Gretchen, Hazel, and all the chickens on this farm. But no, I came here. I came here to live with you. And that's my life now. So that's my bad. All right, you guys. Thank you. What are you guys talking about in the chat here? Thank you so much for listening to my nonsense. Okay, we've got Chantel. Hello. Calandria. Hello. Beastmaster. Hello. Welcome to all you guys in the room today. Thank you so much for joining me. All right. And Jasmine, thank you so much for being an amazing moderator, keeping the crazy people out of this room and keeping the people who are in this room entertained. I appreciate you. Okay, let's save the best for last. So let's move on to something short and sweet. And we're going to move on to Manon and Anthony. Okay, so Manon and Anthony, they have decided that they are going to leave the house because they've all been cooped up in such a small space. And they're going to go play some game where you have a very small ball and then you have other small balls, not as small as the smallest ball. And then you have to take your ball that looks like all the rest of the balls and throw it to try to get to the really small ball. And you have to, I guess, remember which ball that looks like the other balls is your ball. And you can only throw the ball from a circle at the edge of the field or the place that you play this ball game. And apparently it's super fun. Apparently it's something that is like a childhood pastime for her. She says that her parents did not have a lot of money, yet they were able to go someplace else, rent a house, and have all of their kids in said house. And then she's like, then we woke up, we had breakfast, we played this game, and then we went back to sleep and woke up and did it again. And I was like, that doesn't sound too broke. You know what I mean? So it sounds like you're still able to take the family on a vacation once a year. You should see how people are living in California and LA. You know, your family rented a house. They spent money on renting a house. Girl, when we were young, we stayed at people's houses. Okay, we only had one family vacation at one time. I'm grateful for it because now I can say I went on one family vacation at one time. But we stay at people's houses. So good for you. And so they want to take Benjamin out because she's like, it's hard to, she hates the small space too with Benjamin. And I'm like, there are people who do more with less. And so sometimes it's like, I get that spaces are small and they can be confined. I think my apartment is small, but like at the end of the day, I'm like feel very blessed and lucky that I have a space to call my own and that I have a soft space to land. And that's what Anthony's feeling. Anthony is feeling that so much that he doesn't even want Manon to talk to her family for extended periods of time in French because he worries that she's complaining to them and that they'll kick her out. It was confusing. So they pack into this little car and they get to the space. They play this game with the balls with these old men. Her dad is a pro at it. He squats down. And I said, good for you, sir, getting in that squat. He throws the ball. He gets close. And finally, her mother's like, you know what? I never thought you'd come back, honestly, from the way you used to talk about it. And she's like, I never thought I would come back either. And honestly, coming back here has been difficult for me because, I was body shamed. And I'm sure all Anthony heard was French, body shame, French, And so she is like, yeah, you would say things like, my daughter never eats, but she still gains weight. And, of course, these parents, I'm not going to call out a generation because people get upset when I call out the generation, but these parents were, of course, like, well, we did the best we could. I hate that. We did the best we could. It's not, no one asking you to be perfect. No one's saying you didn't do the best you could, but we are saying that this thing happened. I was body shamed. Can you believe it? I was body shamed, and I'm the heaviest I've ever been now. I was body shamed in high school and college by a parent, and they didn't know they were doing it either. Oh, when I was your age, I was a size 0. Meanwhile, here I am a size 3. Yeah. Meanwhile, here I am a size 6. When I was your age, I was a size 0. Look at my leather jacket. You can't even fit my leather jacket. I'm like, you can't fit your leather jacket. What are you talking about? When I was your age, I was a size 0. I was this big. So like it happens. It happens at all sizes for some weird reason. And I'm not saying that Manon can't feel anyway, but I'm just saying it happens. And people act like I did the best I could. We know you did, but you still messed up along the way. So here I am to let you know. So she's like, I'm just, letting you know that I understand that it's difficult. I have a child now. I get it. But I just felt not good enough here. And, then they were like, well, I'm sorry you felt that way. I'm sorry that I didn't mean to do that. I'm like, that's what you need to say. Saying you did the best you could is crazy. We know. We don't think you're horrible. She's like, if I didn't think you were doing the best that you could have, would I move here to be with you with my family? No, we wouldn't be talking. So stop saying you did the best you could. Anyways, I'm just putting a lot of my situations onto Manon. So her and her mother's having this conversation, and Anthony's over here like, I don't know what she's saying because Manon can hold a grudge and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, I think I see a lot of myself in Manon. I'm like, yeah, I don't feel like I hold grudges. I just don't forget. Like, you don't get a second opportunity to do something to me. The first time, okay, I didn't know you were going to react that way, or I didn't know it was going to happen or whatever, but you don't get a second opportunity. I can forgive you, but I'm never going to forget it. And it's going to change the way I behave. It's going to change the way I let you in. It's going to change the way I move around you. But I don't think that's holding grudges. I think that's just accepting a pattern of behavior and going, oh, I can't move that way in front of you anymore because you hurt my feelings when I do this, or whatever it is. I don't know. That's just the way I think. I feel like it's healthy for me to remember when someone has done something to me, so I'm not, blindsided the next time. Those people who are like, every time I go out with my friend, she get drunk and, she starts a fight with someone at the club. So why do you still go out with that person? Why do you still go to a club with that person? Oh, well, I just thought, no, you gonna get loud in public and fight one time with me. And that's it. We're just not gonna go out where you can drink. Call somebody else. I'm not holding a grudge. I'm just not gonna put myself in that situation again. And I feel that. So anyways, Anthony is like, I feel like they're not going to be as open to us as, and I'm like, Anthony, why do you think that her parents, her parents know her. Manon has been this person their entire lives. If they say that she can come and stay, then she can come and stay. And if she wants to cuss them out every other night, then she gonna cuss them out every other night. And that's between her and them. Talking about you worried that she's gonna ruin it for you. Like, girl, if you don't pipe down and go learn this language and go secure somebody, get out of my face. Anyways, get on my nerves. Thanks, Barbara. I appreciate it. You understand what I'm saying? It's not holding a grudge. It's just now you move differently because you behave poorly. I think everybody born before 1995 was body shamed by family. Yes. 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 It happens. It happens. And now that everybody even knows what the word body shaming is, now that we have a different idea of like, I mean, I've body shamed. I have done that. I'm guilty of that. Like we are all collectively as a society learning how and hearing the words of people who, and I was even told that the FAT word is a negative word and I shouldn't say it, but I also don't like overweight because I feel like that is assuming that there is a perfect weight and I don't like that. So it's like, I don't know what to even describe somebody that is bigger than me, but I feel like we're all as a society learning that a lot of effed up ish happened. And like Shallow Hal, that movie Shallow Hal, that movie is ridiculous and it cannot be made now. I was watching the Nutty Professor. Girl, I was like, oh no, this movie is terrible. Like, you know, there's so much body shaming and I'll say it, fat shaming that happens in this country. And it's indoctrinated in the way that we move. And like, I've had friends tell me stories of people treating them less than simply because. And so I'm happy that Manon had a positive experience coming into the US and living in LA. But it wasn't always like that. And it's getting better. Plus size. Thank you, Calandria. Thank you. Plus size. Like it's getting better, but we've got a long way to go. We've got a long way to go. So it's like, anyways, just saying, we're all learning, and I feel very terrible for my part in it. Okay, moving on to Luke and Medellin. So nothing really happened with them. We just found out that her person, what's that person? That girl, he only had $2,885. He asked the lady if that was enough, and she was like, no. And so then the girl took away the mariachi band and the dancers. And I said, you had a mariachi band? Y'all ain't even close to Mexico. What y'all got a mariachi band for? I love that for the mariachis. I love that for that music. But like, she was like, yeah, we'll take away the mariachi band and the freaking dancers. Girl, what you need dancers for at your wedding? Dancers? I need to know more about, is it Colombian? I need to know more about Colombian weddings. Did you take away the helicopter? That's the real question. Did you take away the helicopter? That's what we need to take away. A helicopter. That's crazy. So anyways, he's like, you know, she's like, when can you give me the money? And he's like, in 2 days. And she's like, bet on Monday. But also before Monday, you guys should decide whether or not you actually want to be together, because what I'm seeing right now is like, I said, wow, you're really judging them. Like maybe they're under a lot of pressure and obviously he doesn't have a lot of money. And she was like, he embarrassed her in front of me. I'm embarrassed for her. And they need to decide if they're going to be united or if this relationship is because of money or because of love, like all this stuff. And I was like, dang. It's like, dang, Lizana. Okay. And so then she's upset because she's really embarrassed, and then she goes into the bathroom to get ready for bed. Meanwhile, she still has her full extensions on and full face, and she comes out and he's in the bed, and she's like, what make you think that I would like to sleep in the same bed with you? And he's like, okay, do you want me to go in another room, because I really don't feel like fighting? She's like, how often do I have to keep forgiving him? Like, I'm not going to continuously forgive him. And I said, girl, yeah, that's why you should not marry him. He's not giving you what you want. He wants you to accept what little he has to offer. And you are like, no, I want more. But the problem is that he also isn't realistic about what he truly has to offer. Like, I just think they're incompatible. And baby, if you can make the money on your own, if you're a successful businesswoman and you and your payans, then just do that and be 20 and live a bomb ass life. You do not need a man, specifically and especially named Luke from the US, whose father is from England, South Africa. You don't need him. Tell him to take his broke ass and go home. If you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. Okay? That is what you need to tell him. And it is okay, mama. You have the rest of your life. Oh, where's her mother? I want her mother to step in. Like, all right, you guys. Again, if you at all got the hee hee ha ha's on here and you would like to give your girl a tip, you can do so. What are you guys talking about in the chat? Wow. What? Hi. Oh, Woma. Oh, she is. Thank you. Beastmaster. Come on. She ain't a nightmare. She's just 20 and she's a child bride. You're right. I don't understand why she can't use any of her own money. Because Luke said he will spend his money on this. Girl, it's disgusting. She's still doing it 2 episodes in a row. No. Tip, hooray. Let me see if anybody has done a tip. That way I can thank them. Yay, thank you. Hard to know. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Obviously. I appreciate it every single time, girl. Hold on. You hear him over here crying? No, go away. No, move. No. Over here trying to stress me out. No. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'll thank you further when I'm done with this. I appreciate it though. Oh my God, Molly. Wait. Molly. Who's Molly? Thank you. Oh my gosh. Molly, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Ramsterdam, how you doing? How you doing? Wow, Molly, so generous. Thank you so much. I absolutely appreciate it. Okay, moving on. Sorry, I just want to check everywhere because I want to make sure I thank all the people. So I'm like checking all the things to make sure we're all good. Just want to check. Okay, perfect. Great. I checked everything. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. I will thank you the next time. All right. So moving on to our next couple, which again, I don't want to see them on my screen anymore, but I guess we got to talk about them because they're on my screen. Chloe and Jonny. Okay. So Chloe and Jonny, they go to dinner. They're both wearing all black or thing. Okay. I hate her hair so much. I have never disliked a hair and a skin tone mixture in my life, and it looks terrible. It's because her hair is too white or blonde or platinum or something. It needs a lot of moisture. She needs a VO5 hair treatment. She needs a hot oil, a 1993 VO5 hot oil hair treatment. She also needs just like some kind of dimension to the hair. It's like she just took bleach and went at it. Or she went and got her hair done and they said, come back in 2 weeks. And instead she went to Aruba. Chloe, it don't look good. And them roots are going to come in hard and fast, Madonna. There is a time and a place. You know who we need to get here? Sean from Sean and Aaliyah. Sean needs to be flown into Aruba to do her hair. Listen, if we're going to get together with the 90 Day Fiance crew, we got a hairdresser and his name is Sean. and he lives in California. So fly him with all of your mama's money and the money you make from your business. Fly him to Aruba so that he can give you a VO5 hot oil air hair treatment. I am over this. I have never, I don't like it. I do not like it. It looks terrible. She looks crazy. She looks like a crazier version of Donatella Versace, just like dumb. It looks bad. Okay, that's not the last. I was gonna say that's the last I'm gonna talk about it, but it's not true because it bothers me. It's like uneven, it's brittle, it's broken, it's dry, it's like in between. It just doesn't look good. And she about to be in all that salt water. Is it salt water or is the ocean salt? Is it sea? I don't know. I don't have to know everything, guys. I know a lot. I don't have to know everything. So anyway, she gonna move with this man. And then tell him that he basically is like a stripper in the ocean, like a strip club or whatever, because of what he does. And he's around young women who wear like dental floss G-strings, and that he carries them on his back. And we find out that he's the only one who knows how to climb the ropes. So he is the star of the production. He probably makes a decent amount of money and enough money to like do whatever from tips, just from tips. So I'm like, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have somebody who works in an industry where they get tipped for being sexy or for like lifting people and doing whatever, go ahead and let them get tipped. Go ahead and let them take their money. Okay. Like if you let it happen. There is money out there to be made from men and women who would like to give other men and women that they find sexy money. Go on ahead and let it happen. Let it happen. Because there's money to be made. What? Just shut up. And so, anyways, she's like, yeah, he says to her that he's not going to quit his job. The last time he quit his job for his ex, he worked at a hotel and he hated it. And she's like, well, I'm not your ex. And he's like, I know you're not my ex, but I'm telling you, I hated it. I like the freedom and the fun of working on the pirate ship. And she's like, you're 33. You can't be a pirate forever. I'm like, you're 23. Go home to your mama. You're 23. Go home. Don't come to this man's island and tell him that he has to stop doing his lucrative job. From what it looks like, this is his discernible skills. These are his skill set. What else is he going to do? He can climb a rope on a moving water vehicle. That's a skill set. Let the man explore his skill set as long as he can. And then he's going to talk about, oh, I want you to help me start a business. And all I can think of is like, why do you want this 23-year-old to help you start a business? Is it because you think she's business savvy or you think she has money to like invest in it? And also, why do you need investors? Like, what are you going to do? He's like, I don't know, something with the water. Okay, well then when you get a shadow of an idea, come back. Okay. And then we'll have a shadow of a conversation. And then when you get a full idea, come back. And then we'll have a full idea conversation. And then when you went ahead and get your business plan together, then come back and we'll talk about finances. But we got 3 layers to get to before we're going to have this conversation. I don't know, something on the water. What the hell does that mean? Make a choice. Start a business. Just do it. What is it that you need to do? Buy a boat? Okay. Then save up money to buy a boat. Why is it that you need like financiers? Save up your money and buy a boat and then maybe go to the bank and get a loan. Like, what are you talking about? It feels like he would like her mother to invest in their business. That is what it feels like. You let me know. Ooh, is the domestic gordita here? Ramsterdam. What is this? Hard to know says he better swag back for a second bag of money. Exactly. What are you talking about? Aruba pirate from Aruba itself? Yeah, girl. Yes. Hi, Angela. Domestic. Hi, girl. How you doing? I used that VO5 long time ago. Yeah, girl. We all need it. I bleached my hair to death as well. Girl, yeah, bring Sean in. Let him help. Yes, she is coming off really controlling. Like, she's coming off very naive, too. It's really interesting that somebody will tell you to quit your job, get a new one, when you have no idea about the workforce in this place. You have no idea how money works. You have no idea how anything goes. And you're just telling somebody to quit their job and get a new one? Like, let me tell you right now, somebody who is staunchly in a situation where I'm not happy at work, My parents are constantly texting me and telling me, MSNBC said don't quit your job, or this person said don't quit your job. My friend's daughter said that the workforce is really bad, don't quit your job. And I every time I have to be like, okay, fine, I won't quit my job, but I want to. I took a whole 3 months off for no reason. Well, for a good reason, but like I took a whole 3 months off and I should not have. So like I want to. But you can't just tell people, like, it's hard. If he has a job that he likes and it's not up to your standard, then you need to go get a job. Go get a job so he can quit his job. I don't like it. She's like 33 on a pirate ship. Girl, well, go find yourself somebody else. Like, don't be mad at somebody for the things that they do and then try to come in and change them. Like, something wrong with him for doing it. He could be 45 on a pirate ship. Let the man pirate. Arr, let him do what he got to do. And then he's like, listen, you can't just come and he says what I said. You can't just come in here and tell me to quit my job and do all these things for you and whatnot. Like this is what I do to make this is my bread and butter. And she's like, well, then just stop getting with the girls. Stop carrying the girls on your back. And he's like, that is how I make my biggest tips of the day. And she's like, well, you should be telling me no. And you should be telling them no and not me no. And I'm girl, boo, we're all telling you no. Boo, Chloe, boo. Okay, moving on to Jenny and Sumit. All right, so Jenny and Sumit, they are doing a lovely ceremony. Okay, do I have pictures? Also, did I forget the pictures from this? Did I forget any pictures from this? No. Okay, so they're doing an amazing ceremony. And the one thing I do love about Jenny is so far she has not complained about Indian cuisine, Indian clothes, Indian culture, Indian religion. She is in for all of it. And I love that because I hate it when these people go to these other people's countries and they act like everything is so weird. So they're doing a religious ceremony that where you welcome in to the house the new son and daughter or the new daughter into the home because they haven't done this ceremony. And so we've got a priest, we've got the brother-in-law, we've got the father-in-law in the back holding the nephew/grandchild, and we've got Jenny, and she put on some lipstick and she's like, it's not the right color for me, but like, God, I'm not an Indian woman. And I want to call her Sapna, but that's not enough. Sandna, Sumit's mother is like, oh my God, you look like such a beautiful Indian woman. And look at Jenny here. She looks so pretty. And so in this part of the ceremony, they're breaking a coconut over the threshold. And he's just like, oof, oof, oof. And he says that the reason why the coconut is good in this is because the coconut is a fruit that's high in the air and it doesn't require like anybody to water it in order for it to flourish. Like it makes its own water. And I was like, True. I can tell you that I don't know if it's Hinduism, but I think that maybe what it is. I'm not sure what their religion is, but like it's so beautiful. Out of all the Bollywood movies that I've watched, I love when they take the tray of like incense and flowers and they do the thing. Like I love people's cultures. It's so beautiful. Okay, so anyways, apparently the word mantra means prayer, and I never knew that because in the US we take that word and we change it to mean like just like something you say over and over again, which can be seen as a prayer. But they sit around and they just do the mantras, and then they have this ceremony where she's supposed to carry that thing in the middle into the house on her head, and she can't do it. They're like, it's okay, Jenny girl, you can just hold it in your hands. She's like, it's hard. It's hard to use things on your head when you've not used to doing it. It's so difficult. Sumit, help me. And so he does, but Sumit is so happy that he gets to share this with his family. He gets to do these things with his family. His family has accepted him. I feel for Sumit. I know people like say all these things about him, but I feel for good old little Sumit. I feel for you. I just feel for him. I just think that he's like, he loves this woman and he's not supposed to, according to culture, religion, and everything. Not religion, but culture and society, and he's like defied the odds. They've been together for like 15 years or 10 plus years. And it's like, good for them that they get to have this happiness, So another part of the festivities is the family starts to come over. So the extended family starts to come into the house. Jenny is like, I don't really talk to them because they don't like me, but I'm glad that they're coming because it shows that they are starting to like me a little bit. It shows that they're starting to accept me. So I hope everything works well. Sumit's very happy that his family's coming. He's very like honored and feels blessed that this is what he gets to do. And so he so he's having a good time with the family, and Shri, who is a sister-in-law, his brother's wife, is showing Jenny how to create out of these what looks like dyed chalk, maybe. And look at these colors though. Look at this culture that creates such beautiful colors of chalk. And then the women sit down, the daughter-in-laws, and they make flowers on the ground out of this. So it's not chalk that's like solid where you can just draw the flower. Girl, it's like granules that they're just like, and creating a design. I'm like, girl, I'm already tired. Sitting over here just like, okay, now I'm going to do the stem. You're going to do the petals. So they're over there doing that. And then little Miss Boy jumps into the little Miss Boy. So then the funniest part of this, you tell me if you guys clocked it. Her son joins and looks like he's about to put his whole head or hand right in that chalk, right? Look at him. His father comes up and snatches him. Look at him being snatched. He's one picture, he's hands on the ground. Next picture, hands not on the ground, just head. Next picture, he's being snatched away by the scruff of his neck. I was dying. The way that man came and snatched this child up is so hilarious. I was dying. He may be the beloved son or maybe a beloved cousin, but this father was like, nope, snatched him right the hell up. Am I the other person who saw that happen? I rewinded. I kept trying to get pictures of it to like show the snatching, but he was just like, and all of a sudden he's like, yeek. He got snatched back and pulled unceremoniously away. I was dying. I was like, this is so hilarious. Giselle, hello, welcome. Welcome to the room. Oh my gosh, it was so hilarious. I was like, snatch that little baby up. Okay. So anyways, after that happens, this hating ass auntie comes up. Okay, hating ass auntie. I didn't take a picture of her because I was like, there's no reason. You know what she looks like. Hating ass auntie pulls up and she's like, Jenny's making flowers. Look at her. She's not even making the flowers right. And Jenny's like, what's happening? And then I want to call her Sapna. That's not her name. Sadna. Okay. Anyways, Sumit's mother comes over and she looks and she's like, oh, okay, because Jenny has moved on. Jenny stopped making I think I didn't take a picture of that, but Jenny stopped making flowers and just started to make Jenny and Sumit on the ground. And I said, Jenny, this is not the time for you to scribble your I love yous to Sumit in this house. Like, make the flower, girl. She's over here just like, Jenny hearts Sumit. And so the mother-in-law comes over and she starts to help make another flower with Jenny. And then the hating ass auntie comes over and she's like, why are you down there helping her? Get away. She's not even doing it right. You need to just show her how to do it. You need to show her to do it better. Look at her. She can't even do it. And we're like, okay, girl. So you just came to the house to be a hater? You just came to the house to hate? And so then this auntie is Sumit's father's sister. So it's Sumit's mother's sister-in-law. And so I imagine that she grew up or at least lived in a house with them at some point, right? Because according to culture, when Sumit's grandparents were alive, his mother would have had to go and live in a house with her parents-in-law. So maybe she shared as a daughter-in-law and daughter-in-law, maybe she shared a home with her and they're close. So she's like, yeah, it's okay. It's fine. I want to help her. And so she literally pulls this woman off of her feet. She pulls Sumit's mother off of her feet to say, get away from Jenny, let Jenny do it herself. So then Sumit takes Sumit's mother's place, and he sits down and he explains to Jenny, he's like, she says that you're not doing it right. And so, my mother shouldn't help you and that you should just do it right. And Jenny's like, why are you here to hate? Like, why are you being negative? Why are you being mean? Like, we're having a good time. And then she goes off on this tirade about how, Jenny's older than them and it's not right. And society is talking about them. And so finally, Sumit's parents are like, look, we just got our son back. Okay. We have fought them for years and it did not work. So what do you want from us? Do you want us to have both of our sons living in our home? Do you want us to have harmony in our lives? And Sumit's mother to the camera is like, you know what? I felt the same way she felt, and I was paying attention to society. But I love my son, and I want my son with me. And so I got over it because what was I going to do? Fight with him for the rest of my life? Why? And so I think that this aunt came to the house simply to like show on camera that she doesn't support this. And I'm just like, you know what? I get that it's a faux pas that she's older than him. I get that. But there are other things that you could be mad at Sumit about. At this point, we just like, he's not going to have kids. It's fine. Like it just feels like it feels like such a silly thing after years of them being together. You just got to let it go. And that's what I thought to myself. I'd like, you came here so that on national TV, you could show that you don't approve of this. You don't approve of this. So you want to let everyone know that this side of the family doesn't approve of it. And basically told, Sumit's parents that like, they can find their own family, that they're not a part of their family anymore. And then leaves. Girl, if you don't get all the way out of here, get out of here. Like, I get that I get it. I understand that, but I guess I just don't like, there's always going to be a part of me that's like, parents need to love their children. You brought him into this world, you love him. Now, he's not a serial killer. He's not a rapist. He's not stealing money. He's not going to jail for forgery or fraud. Like, Sumit could be worse than just loving someone who's 10 years older than him. It could be worse. Like, he could be a terrible human being. So I just like, it's just annoying. But anyways, you guys, that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. I kept it under the hour. I am so proud of me. Good for me. Kept it under an hour. So yeah, that's the end of this episode, you guys. I'm coming back in an hour and a half at about an hour and a half at 8:30 p.m. CST to talk Seeking Sister Wife. So if you guys want to listen to that, please see me back here in an hour and a half. I'm going to go to book club. So when I come back, I'm going to be feeling a little saucy because at the book club, they give us a charcuterie board and some wine. So I'm going to go talk to my neighbors about this book we read this month. And I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. I hope to see you later. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Sing it with me. Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jump in the line.